Welcome to the fake news channel. We're going to go ahead and give you some fake news. Want to believe it? Don't. I never do. I never believe the fake news. But if you want to, go ahead and suck some up. You're free. You can do whatever you want. So today they're talking about Obama. What Obama said to Putin on the red phone about the election hack, and this is coming from NBC News. All right, so NBC, owned by GE, or probably not even anymore because GE is owned by somebody else. But it goes on and on and on. And we got Cynthia McFadden. That's going to be the correspondent. Of course, she's going to be up there with this wino right here, and Matt Lauer, and they're going to talk about how serious the election hack was. So let's check it out.
Surrounding the U.S.'s response to Russia's involvement in the U.S. election. Tension between the two nations allegedly came to a head just days before voters headed to the polls. NBC's senior investigative correspondent Cynthia McFadden is here to explain all of that. Hey, Cynthia. Good.
Okay, so she just set the premise up. She's basically saying we're going to talk about, we got some new information, right? It's new. Okay, I don't think we got anything new, but they're going to tell you it's new. And it's how close of a call it was, or we missed a bullet, or they're setting the premise for it's like, okay, the meteor is about to hit Earth and we just barely dodged it, but it's still coming, whatever. All right, so here it goes.
Morning. Well, determined to stop any Russian meddling on Election Day, at least one of the President Obama's senior advisors urged him to take a harder line with Vladimir Putin. And according to intelligence officials offering exclusive details to NBC News, the U.S. even contacted the Kremlin directly with a method of communication traditionally used in times of crisis.
All right, so you got a bunch of sources, and one of Obama's, she's painting the picture for you, right? These are authors, people. They're journalists. That's what they go to school for. They learn how to read. They learn how to write. They learn English. They learn pronunciation, context. They learn all these things. And they're trained to deliver a message, to deliver a story. That's their job. Okay, just like somebody's trained to change oil. Somebody's trained to help you at the grocery store. Financial advisors trained to help you save money on your taxes and make money investing it, whatever. They are schooled in delivering you a message. So they're delivering your message. They already set the premise up with the wino, right? Hold a copy. And now she's painting the picture for you. It's very, it's like dun, 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 like Star Wars. It's like coming, she's letting you know they were running through the White House on Election Day. She was scared about this hack, and they were urging the president to send a message to Putin to not, to try to stop it. They're basically acting like, somebody's about to die. All right, so here we go.
This morning, NBC News has learned of a rare and highly classified event that occurred just days before the presidential election.
Rare and highly classified event days before the election, but somehow they found out about it. So whoever their source is in the intelligence community that told them about it is breaking the fucking law as far as I'm concerned. If this is all true and it's so rare and it's highly classified, this fucking asshole just runs and tells it to the media real quick. What the hell is that?
Two senior intelligence officials, both nonpartisan career officers, tell us on the morning of October 31st, the U.S. transmitted a message directly to the Kremlin, warning the Russians that the U.S. would consider any interference on Election Day a grave matter. The method of communication, the so-called red phone system, an email line directly linking Moscow and Washington via secure satellite. According to a senior U.S. official, part of the message reads, international law, including the law for armed conflict, applies to actions in cyberspace. We will hold Russia to those standards. Officials say that...
All right, so they're basically saying they sent a message via the red line, which is made for, grave situations. They're saying that this is real serious. So they sent the message to the Kremlin, and they basically said, hey, even cyber attacks are like real attacks, and we're going to take this seriously. So let's go from there.
Transmission was prompted by the widespread internet attack on October 21st, when millions of Americans were blocked from accessing popular websites. though U.S. believes the Russians were not involved. Back in October, it was viewed by some as a possible dry run for a massive attack on Election Day. The outage spooked the White House enough to use the hotline reserved for moments of crisis.
Alright, so there was a big cyber attack on Netflix and Amazon, and God forbid that another government hack Amazon, right? And we can't get what we need, or Netflix, because I want to binge watch The Walking Dead. So if that's gonna happen, right? If Russia's gonna hack fucking Netflix and Amazon and all that crap and Twitter, we better be ready to go to war, people. And I'm not talking about fucking boots on the ground. I'm talking nuclear. Let's watch this.
The system has evolved over the years, originally put in place 53 years ago in the wake of the Cuban Missile Crisis, when America and the Russians were on the brink of nuclear war.
Did I just say nuclear, or did they? Because I'm interpreting what they're telling me, okay? And I could have sworn, I'm not going to lie to you, I saw this video so I already knew what was coming. But even still, come on, are we following? Are we connecting the dots here? Are you seeing how the story's going? Let's go.
Several intelligence officials tell NBC News using the so-called red phone system signifies just how serious the situation became. But one intelligence official tells NBC News he believes the message from the U.S. was, quote, muddled, with no clear warning about what the consequences might be. And in their response, that same official says the Russians were non-committal. Senior intelligence officials tell NBC News before the transmission was sent, President Obama was urged by at least one senior advisor to issue the ultimate threat to Vladimir Putin, that the U.S. would consider meddling on Election Day an act of war.
Did you hear that? Did you hear what she just said? A senior advisor to Obama urged him to send a message that says any meddling in Election Day would be an act of war. Alright, now you understand that so far nobody has presented any proof. I just want to put that out there because they're not saying that. There's this little story for everybody to know. Congress has already requested twice that anybody in the intelligence community or whatever, CIA, the heads of the CIA, FBI, whatever, come, let's get it on the record in Capitol Hill so we can, deal with this. And nobody stepped forward, nobody's doing nothing, everybody's just kind of like, they're leaking it to the media. They're just telling the media to tell you, and then the rest of the government is out of the loop. Does that make sense to you? Does that sound right? And it's supposed to be an act of war? Last I checked, Congress declares war. If you're going to send a message to another country that's saying that they're going to do something, you got proof of them doing it, and it's going to be an act of war, and you're urging the president to say it, I'm surprised that nobody's stepping up to Congress to say, hey, look, check this out. No, who do they turn to? NBC News.
But Mr. Obama opted not to issue a warning that specific, believing it would inflame an already tense situation.
What intelligence sources tell us is crystal clear is that neither the Russians nor any foreign government intervened in any way on Election Day. And just to be clear, there is not now, nor has there ever been, an actual red phone. The system is called the Nuclear Risk Reduction Center, and the Obama administration added a special cyber line back in 2013, and that is what was used here.
All right, so there you go. They're just explaining to you that there's not a real red phone and blah, 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 blah. But did you see the part before the fucking stupid-ass explanation about there's not... I know there's not a real red phone. I don't even got a phone in my fucking house. Why do you got to explain that to me? I know there's no fucking phone. But the point is they're trying to mask what they just got through saying when they admitted that Russia didn't have nothing to do with it. So there it is. Take it for what you want. I'm just trying to report the fake news. You're calling me fake. Okay, I'm fake. I'm just telling you what I'm seeing. I don't know. They look pretty fucking fake to me. Thank you for watching the fake news channel. If you want some more fake news, y'all come on back. And I'll be happy to give it to you. I'll show it to you and I'll interpret it to you. Have a nice day. Comment in the comment section.